Hello, good afternoon. My voice then, gonna cough. Good afternoon, it's the Everton Daily Live. David Moyes has finished his pre-match press conference ahead of the Bournemouth FA Cup tie. Don't think we learned anything whatsoever. There you go, I was going to cough and you sneezed. From the press conference, because no one bothered to ask him about injuries or things like that. But we did see the... We did see the use of the word we and us and our, and I loved it.
And People's Club.
That. And the People's Club came back out with he. You're
having that?
I'm here for all that. Because it just feels like he's...
Easily pleased.
And he did. Not easily pleased. A commitment from a manager that you're all on the same page. And he did say that. He said there's a connection again between the team and the fans. It seemed like it was coming and we've got to build it. And that is important, whether people want to pass it off. And
it is. It's really important. It really is important because the disconnect between the football club and the fan base leads to issues, doesn't it? And there are, if you go on social media, you'll see there's like a few issues with Everton fans and the situation with the stadium, getting to the stadium, and what you don't. So it's like, you don't want that us and them that's been there for the last few years. And the manager is the person that makes that connection with the fan base. And that's why the last fella, by being the way he was, there was no connection. You always want that connection. It's when you actually you see the managers of opposition teams or just teams in general, they have that connection and they're going over to the fans and all that. And that's like, you obviously have your players, but your manager, you feel like that connects you to the entire club.
Yeah.
I think that's massively important. And when he says it, when David Moyes says it, of course, it's genuine, because there was lots of times when he was an Everton manager and he still slipped up and said we, and when we did this and we did that. And so it's real. So he's not putting it on. And I think that there's no force in it. I think that's massive importance. And again, the last fella, it was like almost forced to say the things when he said them, and it's not an issue as such. I'm not making an issue. I'm just thinking that if this fella doesn't force it, so therefore it's just a natural thing. So you do get that connection, and it's a big part of why people wanted David Moyes back. And maybe it's a big reason why some people didn't want David Moyes back, because they felt like that connection was broke when he left the football club. So, no, that really enjoy that side of things. And you can just sit there and listen to him for 10 minutes without going, what's he doing? What's he saying? You just listen to him half the time. So,
Bob Stevens says, isn't Moyes a breath of fresh air to listen to? Kathy says, loving the positivity and honesty from Moyes. Loving, smiling again. We have our connection back. We have our Everton back. No, it's not anywhere near where we want it to be as a club, but it is a start.
But it has to start, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It has to start somewhere, and it has already started.
Scott, I think we need to stop talking about the other fella.
No.
But the difference between them is actually mad. Suppose that's what happens when you get an actual manager in compared to whatever the other guy was.
No, it's important. It's important. So I've just seen a story that Manchester City is suing the Premier League again. It's important, isn't it? It's important you do have that connection. It's important that you do listen to the manager. It is important that we're all on the same page. You only go forward as a football club if you're on the same page. That's why it was actually a clever move, not just bringing David Moyes in because of his experience, but bringing David Moyes in for that connection that you have with the fan base, that fans straight away go, I think this will be all right, because actually he's on the same page as we're speaking the same language. He understands Evertonians. He's the nearest thing to bringing back an ex-manager, an ex-player as a manager. It's bringing back an ex-manager as the next manager. It's the thing for so long that people have strived for. Just give the job to X, Y, Z who've been there before. This is the next best thing, and it's. When you hear him talk, you just go, yeah, he's got this. He knows what this place is. He's got control. He's got control, and I think that's really important.
Bob says, I think we should talk about the other fella, as there seems to be an unwarranted protection of him. He would have taken us down.
There's certainly no unwarranted protection on this channel, and there wasn't any protection from, certainly from me, from the Southampton game onwards. I set my stall out very early when it came to him. He would have taken us down, mate. I don't believe any of this stuff about he would have kept us up. I don't think he would have kept us up. I just think I just think the misery that he was inflicting on us and the way he was playing the game of football, I don't think he would have kept us up. I really don't.
I just think if he just come to the end. I've said this before.
Yeah.
I've said this
I think
before.
he gave up.
He did it. Nobody. Managers just come to the end.
I think he gave up though.
Well,
I don't think it was a cycle. I think he gave up.
We saw at Burnley in his final season. He'd won 3 games or so. He won 4 games in 31. He was done. And he was done at Everton. So, Kathy says, just want to say a personal thanks. Love this channel. It's my go-to as I've been unwell for several years. And this has cheered me up so much. Love your content.
Thanks,
Deadline Day Ned content was hilarious.
It was.
Thank you very much. Kathy. Okay, let's just go to Remy. I mean, what did you make of his question about winning the FA Cup? And he sort of said, most people are in this thing, maybe not Everton, but a lot of managers, that the Premier League is more important, but it doesn't stop you wanting to win the FA Cup.
The Premier League is more important. That's just a fact.
Money and everything.
It just is more important. Whether people might have a problem with that. Anyone saying that. But the Premier League has become such a vehicle that it's horrible. It's horrible even saying that. But the days of saying like, oh, you could win. What if you go back a few years and people go, what if it meant going down? I'm not saying Evertonians. I'm just saying. And people go, oh, yeah, but even if it went down, it's like you win the cup. And I get that years ago. Now you just can't recover. You can't recover from being relegated. It just takes the impact takes years and years. And the only way, put it this way, if you can get on a firm footing in the Premier League, it's going to give you an opportunity to become a team that does win trophies.
Yeah.
Winning an FA Cup and being relegated wouldn't give you any platform. Yeah, it'll give you that one day out.
For the day out.
Give you the day out, but then you'd have a horrible sequence afterwards. So you've got to cut your cloth accordingly. And obviously for us, we've got a big week ahead of us. So it'll be interesting to see what he does tomorrow with the team, whether he makes a couple of changes. And I think there's probably enough in the squad that he can make a couple of changes. Playing at home, there's a couple of midfielders, there's a new signing that the manager spoke about. There are maybe a couple of changes you can make that protect some players ahead of Wednesday and Saturday. His job is to make sure Everton negotiate calmly and smoothly into the upper 30s, isn't it? Point wise. And that's his job, and that's his only real job right now. But it doesn't mean he's going to put out a load of kids tomorrow. He's going to put out a strong team, knowing that strong team will be able to do it again on Wednesday night. Because that's the point, and that's all we can hope for.
Phil says, loving the Moyes press conferences. I'm not reading your second bit, Phil. No chance. Adam says, what on earth is that fan zone, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's not a fan zone. It's a queue system for the railways, and it's a joke. And you know, it's a joke. Let's be honest, it's a joke, and it's important actually because a lot of people will be getting told, use the trains. Like you and me could rock up to Waverty Tech, couldn't we?
Yeah,
if we wanted to. Get the train.
That is one of my options.
Yeah. Get the train to Lime Street, walk over to Central, and then get the train to Sandhills. No problem. Before the game, no problems whatsoever. Be dead easy. But after the game, suddenly you've got a problem. If it's from September onwards till February, it ain't going to be warm. No. And it's going to be blustery, and it could be rainy down there. And the next minute you're standing there, you're in a stupid queuing system. And all you got to do is go to 2 stops, which, okay, is a 25-minute walk to Moorfields if you want to do that. But at the same time, what if, I don't know, you mightn't feel like it or whatever it is. And the mayor has proposed, well, he hasn't proposed, he's built what basically looks like a cattle installation, called it a fan zone, which it isn't a fan zone. Julia won't be there with a bucket. It's not a fan zone. It's a queuing system, and it's pathetic. And what I think what's really bad about it is that yesterday I think the car parking zone thing came out, and now you've got this come out, and these are things that have come out from the council, but without any. There's no real detail in any of them. It's just like, this is a thing you're going to use to go queue, and this is a part. People need to start explaining to Evertonians how they're going to get in and out of this stadium before and after a match. Where are people? Can people go? Can they park and ride on the edge of the city? Is there going to be car parks, private or public, around? Right? Do you have to go into the city centre? Explain it to us like we're 5-year-olds. Because guess what? This is all new to most of the fan base. All of the fan base, it's new to. Loads of people mightn't even know that area. Loads of people might never even have gone into that area. So, otherwise, on day one, when 50,000 people turn up and they go, where am I going to park? It's going to be a nightmare. So the city council, in conjunction with Everton, of course, need to start explaining to people how we are getting in and out of this stadium. Rather than going, look at this fan zone. It's basically the equivalent of the fella and the cone. The video he's made. It really is. The fella with the cone going, this is Everton's new ground. Steve Rotherham walking around going, look at this fan zone. It's not a fan zone, mate. It's a queuing system for trains. But what you haven't told us is how many trains are going to run through Sandhills an hour? How many people are going to get out of Sandhills an hour? How are the trains going to be worked? Are they going to work from Sandhills up to Ormskirk, up to Kirkby, up to Southport, turning round? And are the other trains just going to go into Liverpool Central or Hunts Cross and back? No one's told us anything. So don't be putting this fan zone on us. Fan zone. When you haven't explained how many trains are going to get in and out of Sandhills after the match? The frequency of them? Is it going to be like Aintree? Is it going to be like a normal service? Give us the information so people can go, I will get to the train. I would love nothing more to just jump on a train and go to the match. If there's no hassle involved and you don't have to pay for a mad amount for a car park and you don't have to worry about queuing up to get out of the area onto Leeds Street and up West Derby Road or up onto Edge Lane, but you have to at some point explain it to us. And if the test event is a week on Monday, surely we should start knowing some information. It's nonsense. Hope you're watching, Steve. I really hope you do. I know you're a Red, but I hope this gets back to you. You know, your mate in Manchester, Andy, he'd have this boxed off. He'd have this boxed off. And he'd have this boxed off not for Everton, for Man United and Man City. He'd have it boxed off. I hope, Andy, I hope you're watching, and I hope you tell him. Because it needs sorting.
Gareth says, just watched David Moyes' press conference. Loved the way the man talks and answers questions. Ian G, YouTube member, says, how reassuring is it to have a manager with so much class and experience? He answers the questions honestly. It's clear to see he brings everybody along with him. Wasfos says, not even just under the last fella, it was the whole Mashiri era. Hopefully better times ahead. Ryan, who's a YouTube member, says, if we get a trophy under Moyes, does he get a statue? Yeah, if we win a trophy, give him one. David Murphy says on the super chat, thank you, David, says, didn't want Moyes, but what a difference he makes. And that's okay, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's okay. Phil Gaiman says it's cliche, but the Premier League is every club's bread and butter. David Eo says, does Waverley Technology Park have a park and ride?
No, it does. There's a tiny
small station.
There's a tiny I mean, that's a station actually that could have done with the park and ride, considering its proximity to Liverpool, as in like people could easily come up to 62 and then drive in. If that, I don't know where you'd put it, but if that had the park and ride, that would be absolutely perfect. As would like South Parkway. South Parkway's got a park and ride, but I think there's about 300 parking spaces. But so that's if you're coming in from the south of the city, you can check. You might have an option there. But Waverley Tech would be perfect. Broad Green does, but I think there's about 300 spaces. And apparently people who work in Broad Green Hospital have started using it as a car park to just pay in. So I don't know what the options are there. McGull's got one, Ainsley's got one. I don't know down the Southport line where you'd go there.
Why the hell are you all of a sudden the
Because I worked on the railway.
No, I know.
I worked on the.
I'm saying you're the transfer.
Because I worked on the railway for 6 years. I do have good knowledge. I was a guard on the train.
Yeah.
I had to retrieve bodies and everything. No, I didn't. I do have really good. Really did have good knowledge.
No, yeah. No, I'm not. I'm just laughing because like the club or the city council.
Mate, if the club wanna give me information to tell people, I can tell them. I know all about the railways.
Excuse me.
So if the park and I've looked into the park and ride because I think it's important we, as a channel for fans, tell people what's the best options.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, if you come off the 62, Broad Green might be a good opportunity. As I said, but as I said, it'd be better to spend money on car parks, buying land for railway stations, and building big car parks around them and doing it that way.
Money as well,
and make money. Charge like the first 2 hours are free, and then you charge after that. And if it's all, I did it when I went to Arsenal last year, and
buy the car park and charge people for it.
But no, I'm saying, but last season when I went to Arsenal, when my dad drove, we went right down. We got a train station on the edge of London.
Yeah.
We parked up in a massive car park. I pre-booked it, so it was all sorted for the day. We jumped on a train. We went the game. We jumped on the train. We went back, and we were straight out of London. It was perfect, and that's the way this should be. This idea that like it's almost like we're second-class citizens. But I tell you what, if some big artist like Beyonce rocks up and starts playing ours, then the fingers will start getting pointed. Because when all these people who don't come from Liverpool come into the city and they're absolutely confused by what's going on, then the question, but for Everton, is, it doesn't really matter. You'll find your way. But that's what it feels like, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's what you and John said to me yesterday when I was going.
No, I know, but
you'll sort it out.
You'll sort it out.
Yeah,
but the point being is when it's a big event in the summer and they aren't football fans, that's when people will start pointing fingers. Yeah. This needs to be addressed right now, and it's pathetic. The stadium's opening this year, and it hasn't been sorted apart from a few barriers. Absolute nonsense.
John Van says he's going to get the train to Old Hall Street, then a taxi to the ground. He said,
but the point being is,
home, it'll be quicker.
I don't know how close that taxi can get you to the stadium, though.
Because surely why is it all pedestrian? Yeah, but surely it can get you by like Murphy.
I don't know. Right, I'm not 100% sure on that. I think Regent Road's going to be blocked off all the way to Costco for an hour before the game. So, but again, that hasn't.
Just get there early.
The point being is that hasn't been told to us.
No, we don't know.
We don't know. We should be here now, knowing exactly where we can be dropped off by a taxi right now.
Maybe the club will do it in about.
I'm not having to go to the club, by the way.
No.
This is not about the club.
Maybe all that info will be out April, May.
It should be out now. The test events start next week.
No. Oh, yeah. Okay.
The test event starts a week on Monday. It's a test event. If you're going to
telling me, I can get drawn out the ballot. So there you go. Know what I mean? Same ways that they can come out when the tickets were out for the first two games.
Are you sure you actually put in for the test events? Because there's been two. The first and the second have been. Did you apply for the second one?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not what you know.
Blacklist. Well, yeah, you've obviously been Bill Kenwright's nephew.
But it's on. This is on the. This is not on the club. This is on the council.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is on Liverpool City Council and the mayor to tell us as football fans how we are going to get this. Because I tell you what, if it was the other law, they'd all know by now. Just saying.
Was Foz YouTube member says absolute joke, but did we expect more from Liverpool Council? They're going to earn so much more from BMD compared to Goodison, and they're giving nothing back to the club. David Murphy on the super chat says it's the biggest crock of shit I've ever seen. There is no disability parking zones. It's appalling considering they've known this for years. Net Toffee says, I love how Moyes praises the players and this calm, turning out to be a better appointment than I ever imagined. But that's because people believed nonsense when people said it was similar to Dyche when he's in a different galaxy to Sean Dyche. Robin says, Baz, I watched the overlap earlier. Hilarious. Scholes bringing a question directed at you from Carragher and turning it to United. Unbelievable. Yeah, I did take it back to Everton, didn't I, after it? But yeah, that was a bit mad that he tried to take it to back to United. when it was like a specific question to me about Everton. It was a bit mad.
It is. I'll be honest, it's fucking nonsense, that show.
A bit mad. It's just too Liverpool United centric, and you can still talk about them two clubs, but it doesn't need to pour over every aspect of it.
It's nonsense.
You're just like, we know what you think.
Have another show.
Like Forest are brilliant, and yet Greg got a couple of minutes about Forest, and it's like they're flying. They're in the third. Why aren't we talking about them?
I spoke to Gallagher, and I said to him, "You should do another show called The Other 14." I said, because I mean, the only problem is Man United are in the other 14 now.
That's the problem.
I said to him, and he sort of just laughed it off, and I was like, no, genuinely, you should, because football is more than just this nonsense that you talk about. You always manage to get it back, because let's be honest, Paul Scholes hasn't got any clue. He has not, like most football ex-players, he hasn't got a clue about anything.
He said in it, he doesn't. He said, actually on the thing, he said, I don't watch football the way Jamie does. He says, I don't analyse. I said, I put the telly on and watch the game, and that's it. I don't even give it a second thought, which is fine, because a lot of people like to consume it like that. I think you just expect him to consume it differently.
No, but I expect a
but you should
expert to know what he's talking about.
Yeah. So, anyway, Danny says, park in Walton and get the 20 down Scotty Road, then it's a 10-minute walk.
Yeah, but 50,000 people can't park in Walton.
50,000 people wouldn't be going that way.
Yeah, 50,000 people can't jump on a bus, can they?
Yeah.
That's not a solution.
Yeah, KC says it's defo not a taxi from Old Hall Street, 10 or 15-minute walk.
If you can walk from Old Hall Street, walk. Moorfields, I've walked it. It's fine, honestly. But we're not all... If not everyone's able to make that walk.
No.
But honestly, if you're able-bodied... I'd just go into Liverpool city centre. There's a big car park next to Moorfield Station. Sorry, behind Moorfield Station. Put your car in there and walk over. Honestly, the walk's sound. And once we're down there, but that's not for everybody. I appreciate that. And the same, I'd rather walk from the stadium into town than queue up at Sandhills. So
a few people saying that.
That's what I do, but I know not everyone can do that. That's the thing. Not everyone can do that. You might have kids. You might have someone who's got an injury. You might be with older people. The weather might be absolutely terrible, but I know myself. I'd rather just walk down into town.
Marco says, "How you guys? Howdy guys?" I reckon he wanted to say. Maybe you can answer this. Any idea on the size of the pitch at Bramley Moor Dock? Will it be the same size as Goodison or bigger? Can you compare it to another Premier League pitch? And David says the pitch will be bigger, otherwise Liverpool would have got it instead of Everton.
Yeah, the pitch will probably be around the same size it is as Goodison. Liverpool's is narrower, isn't it? I think that's why Liverpool can't have the Euros, because their pitch doesn't fit in spec-wise.
Too narrow, yeah. Our ground's better anyway.
But our ground's better anyway. Emma, they are doing the soccer buses, but again, the information hasn't been put forward to any of us telling us where they're going to start from and where they're going to end. It's not like they're going to do a soccer bus from Sandhills to the ground, is it? That'd be pointless. So where are those soccer buses going to start from? Are they going to start from Moorfields into the new stadium? No, that's what I'm saying. Where's the information? You should be drip feeding this out to people. It's really important.
We are 201 subscribers away from 96,000. So if you're here and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, give us a touch. Thank you very much. Onto our Premier members. Comments, where was I up to? Adam says Wigan won the FA Cup and we've not seen them since.
Exactly.
Just in response to you.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, mate. Dance 1211 on the super chat says the issue is the grounds being on the side of the river. There's a whole 60% possible land around the stadium. Yeah, but that doesn't really matter. There's loads of stadiums that are built next to rivers. That doesn't really matter. The point being is, this stadium passes for it. Doesn't want to talk about this, I can tell. Well, you will be asked when you go to the ground and you can't get there.
I'll literally just get on my train.
No, but this is important. This is about lots of people.
You don't need me to join in. You're on it.
I just need you interested.
I'm listening.
Do you ever speak to your missus and she's not interested and you just go,
no, because
that's how it feels like now.
Everything.
Yeah, of course she is. Yeah, of course she is.
I am listening. I'm 100% listening to you. Go on.
all you got to do is
You're
tell.
the expert.
All you got to do is tell people though. People need to just know how they're going to get in and out of the stadium.
It's quite a big thing.
That's all that matters.
Quite a big thing.
It's not like it's not hard to start putting a plan in place. My problem is they've done it the wrong way round, like the arse way round. They've gone, look at this great fan zone. Yeah, but you haven't told people how they get into that train station or how long. I don't want to repeat myself, but it doesn't really matter that half the stadium's on the side of a river. By the way, once that development gets done, you'll be able to walk to the ground from along the front as well, so people can disperse that way. I just think they should just go, you know what? We're actually just building a new train station. Building a new train station. Bit further down or around Sandhills. We're committing X amount of money and we're building a new train station. And this is going to this can accommodate everybody. Because you know what? That's what would happen in Manchester and that's what would happen in London. Simple as that. And it would last for years.
Okay.
There you go.
Robert's Dog says, I've started to find the People's Club a bit cringy over the years, but I must admit when Moyes said it, I didn't quite get goosebumps, but it was close.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of it myself, but the fact
good
that
for him just to throw it back.
he just threw it in there, didn't he?
Mark Mack says favourite and least FA Cup early round memory. Mine's Gosling v the shite and the least the Tranmere defeat. The Tranmere defeat was terrible.
No.
That was a dark day.
No. The Wigan defeat.
And Wigan was bad because we could have.
No, the Wigan
theoretically we could have won the FA
Wigan
Cup
defeat
that
was
year.
horrendous.
That was bad. Tranmere was bad though. Tranmere was bad.
No, but we were bad. We were
I
bad.
know,
though.
but that's why it was.
I know,
bad.
but we were bad.
Steve Yates scored 2 heads.
We were bad though.
Yates on a bed sheet. Best Gosling was good. Early round memory. Gosling's was good. Yeah. Early, because early's a tricky one.
I went to Macclesfield when we
that
won.
was good when we won. Aussie scored. That
And
was
I
good,
went
and it was
to
freezing. Were you standing behind a goal?
Yeah.
I was in the stand.
I went to Carlisle.
Freezing.
I went to Carlisle,
good, Carlisle.
but it was not long after the floods in Carlisle, and it was dead sad because you could see people's eyes where the water line had been, and it was just stuff everywhere, and it was really sad.
Why are you bringing that?
Because it was sad.
Oh, well, why have you brought it up?
Because I'm saying it.
You were talking about early good memory.
But it was a good memory, but it was a sad memory also.
But why? Why bring that to me?
Because I think you've got. Because if I just went, it was great that we went to Carlisle, then all the Carlisle fans would be like, great was it that we were all underwater?
Don't mention Carlisle.
Got the
don't know why you've brought
also
that
got
to
the
me
train
today.
there. It was dead easy.
I thought you were going to say went to Carlisle and I seen Jared Brantwaite keeping the ball up in the street and said, you're going to play for us one day. And he went,
I did.
all right.
That's what I seen him. But he wasn't kicking a ball. He was bringing, soaking carpets out of vases.
I just don't know why you've brought that to me today when we didn't need it. That's all I'm saying. Peter Cutler says, don't know what's worse. No, that's nonsense. Blue, it is, because he was waiting for us before, because James probably said we were live at 2:15 instead of saying that to. Blue Nose Netty says, random question for Ped.
Go on.
Oh, God.
Go on.
We normally sit in a paddock.
Yeah.
We're trying different parts of the ground for cup games before we leave.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we've got 2 times 2 in the Gladys Street. Street, and my lad is bringing a mate from Stroud who is an Everton fan who's never been to Goodison.
Yeah.
I just wanted your advice on where would be better for the view, either upper Gladys Streets, GS1 40s, or lower GS4 JJ 100.
Where would be better for the view?
They've obviously got 2 in the upper, 2 in the lower. Which one?
Well, I'd probably say upper.
Upper will be better.
JJ. Hang on. Did I say JJ?
JJ.
Oh,
Mind
you're under the roof.
You're under the roof.
You're under the roof. You mightn't see anything under the roof. I'd imagine, but I mean the one for the upper, I would say probably, but then you might be behind a post. But I mean,
You might be behind the post in the lower.
No, I'm just saying mine's what number?
100 in the lower.
Lower, so that's a little bit more. Mine's in the 2s, so it's probably a little. So you're probably central, but you're under the roof. So,
but you're getting the atmosphere there.
You get the atmosphere, but yeah, they're different kinds of places. Yeah.
Paul says,
I'm sure you'll get the smell of weed upstairs.
Upper for the view. Grey Leeds.
Shrewsbury away.
No, Shrewsbury away was a great afternoon.
Was it?
Until Nigel Jensen ruined it. It was a great old ground, Gay Meadow. It was cold, frosty.
Yeah.
He drove there. through all the fields. It was snowy.
You drove through fields?
Drove through fields. Stopped the police officer to ask him where we could park, and he said, I've got no idea, I'm not from here.
Yeah, I'm a policeman.
Yeah, been drafted in. So we ended up parking in the Iceland.
Did you get a ticket?
No.
Oh, fair play.
No, like this later. Yeah. But
you got the Mackies?
It was the last time. They go to Mackies. Didn't see any great MILF stuff.
No.
But it was the last time I had a cup of Bovril at the match, because it was freezing. I had a pie and a cup of Bovril. And Nigel Jemson decided to ruin the day.
Because everyone knows Shrewsbury McDonald's is the home of yoga MILFs.
Yoga MILFs, and a good level as well. Gray Lead says, lads, can we talk about amateur hour that is Mersey Travel's planned for Sandhills, and the fact they've neglected looking at the idea of building a dock front tram line from King's Dock to Bramley Moor, which they could easily do.
They couldn't easily do. Come on.
Or even put in an overhead railway. Let me finish. It's embarrassing what they showcased by Steve Rotherham yesterday. Honestly, I'd rather walk from Limesey.
Come on, they can't. That's fantasy land now. The idea that that the City Council are going to build a tram line on the waterfront is pretty fanciful. That is fanciful, really. Come on. You're talking in the hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds there. That's not happening. That's fanciful. When there's a train line literally there behind our ground, and all it needs is someone to have the brain to go, we're building a new station here for this new ground, which is going to be a massive thing for the city centre. That's what needs to happen. The walk from Sandhills to the new ground is 10 minutes. I think that's fine. I think most people can do that. So just build a new station. That's it. That's all you have to do. Because that train line goes everywhere. It goes to Ormskirk, goes to Kirkby, goes to Southport, goes to Hunts Cross, goes into town. You can get connections to anywhere from all of those places. So, but all it needs is a new station. That's all it needs.
Josh says, on your questions on Rana Tower regarding some great player duos are seen in the same team, we've already seen the best of all time, Baines and Pina.
I can't lie.
Bainey says, got in and straight on to you guys, not seeing the PC, looking forward to the match, which is a nice feeling. Taking a couple of years to get this feeling back. So thank you, David Moyes. Nice one, Bainey. Brian Garside says, waiting for takeoff. The song Altogether Now refuses to leave me. James says, as mentioned yesterday, Brian's coming over, of course, from Sweden for the game. James says, as mentioned yesterday about the parking, I know it's not Everton issue, but I was on Regent Road again this morning at 6 a.m. There was roughly 7 to 10 HGVs parked, either asleep or waiting to get on site. I get blocking off on match days, but a lot of places will struggle if the parking restrictions are enforced daily.
I don't think they will be enforced daily, will they?
It'll just be match days.
That's not what happens. That's not what happens at Goodison. It'll be match days. I don't know what you do about that. I really don't. There has to be there obviously is a larger plan for the area. There has to be somewhere. There has to be somewhere for those people to park. I don't know what you do.
I don't know. To be honest, I haven't really thought about it too much yet, but I will be doing videos because there will be big recruitment in the summer. So I will. Well, I'd still go after Konate as well, mate. Personally, Kareem Konate, I would go after just off the top of my head straight away. But we'll see. But yes, yeah, Omega is not a bad shout. Tino Barry.
What was the question?
Who would be my choice for a striker? As long as we do make the changes in that department. Keith says, hi fellas, I'm cordially optimistic of
cordially
tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm cordially also.
Andy says, guys, there is a transport plan that has been online since 2020. Plans are in place and the club will be contacting fans from next week.
I know, but like I said before, they've created, not the club, They've created drama by putting out this parking thing out and then putting this stupid video where, come on, Steve, you could have had an haircut for it, mate. It's ridiculous. No, but it's ridiculous, though. It's like you are basically...
Steve Rotherham's hair's ridiculous.
It's terrible.
You can't say
I've just said it, mate. I'm looking at a picture.
He might like it.
No, but it's like... But he doesn't. He need... Look. Yeah, there you go. No.
Channeling is in a Kevin Keegan.
Right.
Fine.
Right. Well, then...
But Kevin Keegan managed to
do it properly. Tell people what's going on rather than going, look at this one. Like, I can't reiterate how bad that fan zone is. I can't reiterate how piss poor it and how many people online are losing their heads about it. This is what happens when you give out the wrong information in the wrong order.
Could be the right information, but in the wrong order.
I don't think so.
Paul says, to be fair, Pep, most of Liverpool fans are day trippers. Adam says, if you're okay with walking, the park in the Sainsbury's on Scotty Road and walk down takes 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah. Can use just park. It costs £5 for most of the day.
Do you think that's going to stay like that? And do you think straight away Sainsbury's will be going,
it's now
we're
20.
not allowing people who go to football matches to use this? They'll just change the thing to say you get 2 hours. That's all they'll do. Like the Aldi, Aldi by the Weatherspoons. I've been ticketed there. I never paid it because I don't believe in paying those private car parking tickets. But
get away with it.
Yeah. Legally, they haven't actually got much room, but at the same time, I wouldn't do it because people get nervous about it. But at the same time, it is their land, and Sainsbury's go, no, sorry, we want customers of Sainsbury's to park here, not thousands of football fans.
Chris Burns says, just so I'm clear, how do I park outside the new stadium on match day? I travel from London, so I can't be having another trek walking after driving for over 4 hours. Can I actually park up similar to Stanley Park, or are we having to shuttle bus it?
Nobody knows.
Can't get near the
stadium. But this is the point. Nobody knows because nobody's told us. And that's what we're asking. Where's the information? You could drive into town. There's a car park. You could go down Dale Street. There's a car park behind Moorfields. You could go in that. You could jump on a train at Moorfields and get to Sandhills. But you don't know that information because nobody told you other than me. And I'm just saying that off the top of my head. That's what we're saying. The council and Everton need to start telling people the park and ride situation. Can you jump off at Broad Green and park up there and jump on a train at Broad Green? Can you do that? Is there going to be, that's what we want. That's what people need to be told.
Phil says, Sky is all about United. I have no idea why. United are not relevant anymore. Neville, Keane and Scholes shouldn't be anywhere near punditry. But in fairness to Carragher, the Reds are disappointingly relevant. Neville's a very good pundit. I just wouldn't have him. I've said this to Carragher. I wouldn't have Carragher doing Liverpool. Maybe if you want him in the studio as their representative, if you'd have someone else. But I wouldn't have Gary Neville commentating on Manchester United and stuff. I think they are very good pundits, as in the way they break the game down, but I wouldn't have them on their own team. That's the bit I disagree
Carla's
with.
Just gifted 5 people memberships. Well, nice one, Carla. What a ledge you are. Although, why have you gifted one to Geordie Toon for life?
Because she likes him.
I'm only messing.
He's a good lad.
Well done, Carla. That's beautiful.
He's a good lad.
That's a beautiful gesture that you've done there.
It is.
And to those people in the comments who are saying my hair's bad, shut your goddamn mouth. My hair is beautiful. My hair is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So shut your goddamn mouth. Even Emma likes my hair.
Will Smith's turned up. Alan says, if we park at Aintree, how reliable are the trains to and from the stadium? Personally, I'd rather go by car as we're coming from the East Lancs. But
the trains from Aintree...
Thanks for all your good work.
The trains from Aintree are pretty good. They're pretty sound most of the time. If there's an issue with one, the next one will be along within 15 minutes. James, you're our train guru. You know this stuff. You get the train every day, yeah? The trains are pretty much all right, aren't they? Unless it's snowing, yeah. But they're all right, aren't they? You come from Kirkdale to here. So Kirkdale to Sandhills is what? 5 minutes? Less than, all right. Yeah, it's 2 minutes. So Aintree's about 10 minutes further up the road, isn't it? So you're talking Aintree or McGull into Sandhills, you're talking 15 minutes, aren't you? McGull train station's massive, by the way. So this has become a travel.
know.
But I like this because we're giving the information that other people don't give, and that's important.
What about Bournemouth tomorrow in the FA Cup?
How are they getting here?
They've
They're already here.
and can get a coach and can get to Goodison because we don't play at the stadium yet.
No.
So what are you thinking ahead of this one now?
Tough game. Crowd behind us. Opportunity. Be a tough game. I mean, we all know it'll be a tough game, but I tell you what, no one's sitting here going, yeah, well, if Bournemouth score first, the game's over, isn't it? You know, we've all got a little bit of a something in our step. So why not? Get to the 5th round. Pressure might be a little bit lesser so by the time we get to the 5th round as well if we get there. And yeah, positive.
Gerald says that's right, Ped. Great hair.
Cathy, you're absolutely right. There might be a L'Oreal contract on its way. And you know what? What's mad is this is just shower hair as well. This is just jumped out the shower and dried it with a towel here. Nothing's got into it. No product.
Fane says hair like a Norse god.
I mean,
And Wozfoz, who's a YouTube member, says the golden fleece of legend, that hair, Ped.
you'll know. And if you see me tomorrow after the game or before the game, my hair will be even better because I'll have put effort into it.
I can't promise you the same.
It's all down to Darren, me barber. It's how he cuts it. It's beautiful. Go and see him. He's in Ormskirk. I mean, I wish he wasn't in Ormskirk.
Mark G says, guys, you think we'll play a high line given how front foot they are?
Yeah, why not?
I think we just play the way we've been playing, won't we? But at least we'll have a go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Get at them, see what we can do. Question for Ped. What's worse, the fan zone or his hair? It says, let's be having him. So you're always going to get something back when people have been praising it.
Well, he's talking about Steve's hair, isn't he?
He's talking about Steve's hair.
He's talking about Steve's. Can't be talking about my hair, because my hair's immaculate. The fan zone. The fan zone.
James says Goodison is the second largest pitch in size, only to Forest. However, ours is widest overall by 2 metres.
Cool.
The pitch at Bramley Moor might get slightly longer but narrower and come in line with the rest of the league. Okay. Brian says, I can recommend the walk from town to the Everton Stadium. Maybe not in the pouring rain, but otherwise it's fine.
Pouring? Yeah, I've walked it. That myself. It's a nice walk. It's a nice walk, and you can imagine on a match day it'll be busy and there'll be other Evertonians, and I'm sure a few little things will pop up, and you can't walk past Murphy's though. You have to go in Murphy's, and there'll be other places.
Matt Thomason says, couldn't we do a park and float? We use that system in Cornwall in the tourist season for a lot of coastal towns. What does that mean? Be a boat, won't it? Park, they'll have car. There's no car park.
I've heard people talking about boats, but I just don't think you could do like a river taxi
like
service.
Yeah, you're having that.
Like that.
You couldn't. Number one, it cost a fortune to build a landing stage, and let's leave it. Let's leave that.
Okay.
Let's leave it.
Just asking the question that he was asking.
It's fine. And I'm answering it.
Okay. Roberto says, my mum lives on Boxy, and I've had to apply for a permit for her house now.
Mad.
Today.
Mad. I know a few businesses are not happy. I think the black stock market's not very happy. Because that would see, but I mean, yeah, that would be a place they're going to obviously try and encourage people to go there on a match day. It's not that far, really. Yeah.
I just seen someone say, Scott Early says, think Charlie will come off the bench and score. Andrew says, do you think Charlie will get a run out tomorrow? I do.
Yeah.
I think he'll get in the pitch, yeah. I think Moyes sort of hinted at that, didn't he? Said he seemed to be impressed with his fitness levels.
Yeah.
Like, instead of going, no, he's not ready. He was sort of like, yeah, he looks fit. Yeah. So that's good.
I've seen people saying about ferry, Robbo saying about a ferry. Can't you just get a ferry to where the ferry goes now and just walk along? It ain't that far, is it?
Yeah, Robbins. Oh, sorry.
No, it ain't that far though, is it? If you get off at the ferry.
It is from Flint or Hollywell, where Robbins asking from.
isn't that what was the issue in the first place, though? That small boats would be stopped from coming in from Llandudno, and
Yeah, that was
wasn't that one of the main issues? Small ships, wasn't it? Would be stopped, but why not? You know, if you're getting the ferry, you can get the ferry over and just walk past the Isle of Man terminal, and keep going, and you'll be at the ground in no time.
KC says stop off at Costco, £1.50 for a hot dog on the way.
You could do that.
Break.
The hot dogs, I think, haven't they gone up? The hot dogs.
You get in though without you
need a card.
You can't get in, can you? So,
but it would be worth it though. Think about it. Right? You pay. So let's say you pay. you can only be two of you, but let's say you got one. You took Zach in. Let's say that's £20 membership, right, for the season. Yeah.
And
then you get a hot dog before that costs you, for you and him, costs like, let's say it's a £5. So let's say you've just got him and you and Zach at dinner for a £5. Imagine how much money that's saving you through the year. And just putting it out there. Could you park there as well?
Couldn't, could you? Because they'll do exactly what you said.
No, I know.
It was Foz says, oh, hey, guys, we'll be parachuting in at this stage. Why wouldn't you? No, it's still £1.50 at Costco. Says
I haven't been to Costco for some time because I've not needed a massive tray of like hamburgers or a giant inflatable to put outside my house at Christmas or Halloween. So
Paul says, I always find the walk to and from the stadium a big part of the match day experience.
Do it then.
Get to talk to other fans.
Do it then.
Peyton Copeland says, just a general question for the parents here. What's the earliest age you bring your kids to a match? I suppose it just depends how you think your child will cope and will he be interested.
Yeah,
it's like that's the hard thing. Kids are.
There's a big. I always see it a big thing on of like took me daughter or my son the first game, lasted 25 minutes.
No, it is because they get bored. It's not entertaining all the time, and especially if they're not.
Kids have really, really short attention spans, and they get cold. So if you put a big coat on them and give them an iPad, they might be all right.
Everton JDLC said, Ped, do you think it's possible if we had an Everton City Council things that get done?
No, you're fucking joking, aren't you?
On the canal.
Don't know.
Detective Riggs, and I think this is key, absolutely key, says, bars cut so by a whole of Mars bars from Costco to take in with them. That is a game changer, Riggs. That is why you're a detective.
Would they allow you to take a box of Mars bars? There's a home and bargain there as well. Big home and bargain.
Yeah, there is on the other side.
Get loads of little Mars bars.
Just get it from there. Emma says, just grab one of those scooters from town. The boys.
Again, you could do that, but I think we're more talking about people who've got issues with the travel. I think most people should be able to walk from Moorfields to the ground without any issue. It's honest, that shouldn't be an issue for most people. And also, I think the other side of it is as well, after the game, we should be encouraging people to stay at the ground for at least one drink after the match. One drink in the stadium, 15, 20 minutes,
anyway,
half an hour. Let the travel settle down and stay at the ground for half an hour after the game.
It's all going to be open. You can
We've seen
coffee.
Yeah, we saw the thing last week, didn't we? We saw the licensing deal, and the licenses is like till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Belter. Listen,
I think they are. Pedalos, yeah, good shout, Pedalos.
Andrew says, don't forget to like and subscribe. It costs nothing and helps the channel loads. Absolutely. If you want us to stay on till 3:30, I want to give a couple of people 1 minute to subscribe. If you don't, we're stopping at 20 past.
Celtic Vase wireless trams, but they're not wheelless trams, they're trackless trams, are definitely a possibility. That's what he's trying to bring in. But I have much confidence in him now after seeing not only his fan zone, but his haircut, as I have in, honestly, Dick Dastardly as winning the race.
Jarlath says if the Reds were building a new stadium, there would have been a new train station.
Of course there would be. Because the people that go...
But they'd also kick off at them.
This is what we're doing. We're kicking off on them.
You've got 30 seconds and I'm ending it. Otherwise, we'll stay on till past.
What have they got to do?
Subscribe.
Okay. But what if everyone who's watching has already subscribed?
I don't believe that.
Can we do the liking? Can we do a like one as well then?
I want both, but I'm the countdown, you've got 41 seconds left.
I feel like this is harsh.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I'll tell you now.
Have you done all the super chats?
Yeah,
Have you done...
David Murphy done a couple.
Okay.
Yes, we have.
Okay, just checking.
That's fine. Before we finish.
Net Toffee has become a member as well.
Well, he's top man then, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's a top Toffee.
Exactly.
Because that's what he's done. And
That's exactly.
he's also gifted 5 other memberships out, which is tremendously
Well, that is
nice.
tremendous, but unless people
tremendous.
start... Because there's now 17 seconds, so shame on you. If you want 10 more minutes of Ped's chat, of travel chat with Ped, that's up to you.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Okay.
Oh God, look at this. Look at this.
I mean,
James, you've got to put this up. Hang on.
I wanted to go because they haven't
No,
done
the
it.
people have got to see this. This is really important. I'm sending you a video on WhatsApp. You've got to put this on the screen.
Ramos
It's amazing.
says 24% of the people watching have liked the video. If you don't like it, you're a cop-out. Maybe there's we know loads of cop-outs.
Maybe loads of people are watching who work for Mersey Travel and they're really disgusted by it.
They're fuming with you.
With me, I'll take the blame. I don't mind. I always take the blame for this channel.
That's because it's normally you that says stuff. Bloody hell, that's why.
You didn't go on the overlap and someone said something stupid on it. That's your fault for not being on the
That's
overlap.
not my
It
fault.
is.
They want
Because if I'd not been on it,
the club employee got pushed forward to
I
go
want you
on
to
it.
put that video up.
Okay.
What's different? Oh, God. Here we go. It's got blue and white. Look at it. Okay. Who's made that? Kane.
No. That's brilliant.
Why has he just shook his head?
That is
Right,
brilliant.
we have gone over the 800. Okay.
That is
Let's
brilliant.
sum it off. Although the likes aren't over 300, and that basically just means that, well, we wouldn't like to be you.
That is brilliant.
Bad. Nice one was Foz.
Oh, super.
Let me have a look at our Premier members. That was mad. That was mad. We are now counting down to that 100,000. I mean, 96 is the next target, which is now 196 people away from that, which is brilliant. There you go. Benji says, everyone likes, subscribe and join Premier if you can afford it, if you don't want Mopai back. Thank you very much, Benji. Grey Lead says, we want more travel chat. We've had loads.
Yeah, that's fair.
Grey Lead also says, we want more travel chat. Went to Ajax's stadium a couple of years ago and the access to and from the stadium was world class.
Yeah, it's boss, isn't it? It's well, it's genuinely brilliant. You get a train straight there, and you're there. It's like they've gone, we're building this amazing arena and we're going to put a train station next to
and
it.
get people to it from it easy. Robert's dog says, I remember my first game, my dad took me to the ground on his shoulders and bought me an ice cream on the way. I was 36. Fair play. Fair play. Mark Max says, why are we calling it a fan zone? Isn't it just the line for the train station?
We never called it a fan zone. The mayor did.
Frank said, just check. It's a 3-hour maximum stay at Costco.
Yeah, they're going to also, that's going to change.
That'll change, won't it? It'd have to. AJ says, we need ferries to the new ground. Good train station. Take a leaf out of Andy's book and get them tracks down for
We're not going to get ferries. Come on. The ferry terminal is 10-minute walk. They're not going to spend millions of pounds on a new ferry terminal, especially when, where would it go? Where would you put the terminal?
Tom Dobbo, Costco hot dogs are still $1.50 and you get a refill drink with it.
It's the dream.
Shocking.
It's the dream.
Shocking.
What's the
No,
shocking?
it's amazing that you get it for that good value. It's shocking that
Does that
value is
would
there.
that convince you to become a Costco member? Do you know that? Well,
I just never went.
They're talking about putting a Costco down here, you know.
I just don't go with
But
that.
the fuel, no, the fuel.
Oh, for the fuel.
Fuel's cheap.
For the fuel.
For the fuel, man.
Bainey says, be better off building the Simpsons monorail. Lol. Grey Lead says the 10th Street project is starting by the new ground, isn't it? Hopefully more bars, etc. will start appearing.
Yeah.
Paul Gold says, not a nice walk from town when I'm fat and 60.
I didn't say everyone did. I just said
But
those were
that
able.
would be a good way to
Lose weight.
get into shape as well,
Yeah.
Paul. Build
Yeah.
that fitness
Yeah.
up, wouldn't it?
I think by the end of
Going
it.
to watch the Blues and building your fitness up, I think that's
that's
genius.
the dream, isn't it? That's literally the thing we signed on for.
Building your fitness up.
You could have one of those, like, you see them in the parks, the little things, little gyms,
But
outdoor
they
gyms.
probably will be in that park.
Yeah, why not?
Where it runs through. Scott Early says, 5 minutes to go, says, when do you think Jesper will get his first goal?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, let's do it. Captain Cuddle says, Scott, he'll score the winner in the cup final.
That's not when we want him to score his first goal. Is it?
Do it.
That's not when we want him to score his first goal, though.
No. Wednesday would be nice. Darren says, Ped, where is this video, please?
It's on his Twitter account. He's actually put it up himself, so fair play to him, because I would have been that, and I would have sacked the person who made it, and my barber, because it's, honest to God, hang on, James, can you get it and put it on for us, please? Because just the music alone is honestly, it's like, wasn't good enough for porn.
No.
It wasn't, honestly, it's, what's bad about it as well is he goes, it'll be, like if he was an important person, you'd parry the shit out of it.
Pause Premier would be better, but do whatever, and if you can't, don't do it. That's fine.
But he's like, look at this amazing fan zone, and then they never show the fan zone again. They just show clips of him talking to people with clipboards who are probably there going, that's a tip hazard. That's a tip hazard. Have you got it? Are you going to put it on right now? You're like a genius. You're more of a genius than the person who made this.
Thanks.
Thanks. Because he's like...
It'll come on whenever it'll come on.
It'll come on now.
It's on now.
Oh, okay.
Well, there it is. Footbridge coming soon. Thanks. Look at that. The angle's not even great. You can't even see it.
It's got good railings there, though.
Look at it. Look at his hair. What's going on? This is the worst video ever.
That fantastic venue. And so we've built this new fan zone here at Hill Station with our partners in Merseyrail, and it's to ensure that we can get people to and from the platforms as
This is
quickly.
horrendous.
He's just pointing
He's just pointing at railings. This is horrendous. Watch, look. People with clipboards. Look. What? Look. It's just railings. It's just railings. A fan zone. Look at him. At that point, they're just music.
Railings are expensive, though. I think you'll find, yeah.
He's just pointing at stuff. Oh, look, they've bought a banner that says welcome to Sandhills. Well done, lads. And as someone said on my Twitter, it's going to just be called Stand Stills. Are you having that? That wasn't mine. I didn't come up with that.
SB, then we go for 125,000. But obviously, you get to 100,000, it's a big milestone. You get the Al plaque and everything else, the play button and all that. But it's a big marker, isn't it? It's a big milestone for us. We'll do a boss show. There you go. So, there you be good and do it. Do it. Right, final refresh on Premier. Oh, excuse me.
I think you need to go and get some Lemsip.
No, it's just tickled out of you. Horrible. Horrible. Daniel says the banner could have been blue.
Yeah. That is a horrendously put together video, by the way.
Robbo says, I actually thought it was a parody video.
It's terrible. It looks like something Alan Partridge should be part of. It really does.
SB says, looks like Henry Winkler. Was Foz built means we've put some temporary railings in.
Detective Rig says, looks more like the COVID zone in the Asda.
It did, yeah. MB says it's a car park with portable barriers.
It's horrendous.
This barber is so sly, he should be disbarbered, says Casey, if that's a thing.
It was like what Andrew S says, that was like watching Thomas the Tank Engine in the 90s with Ringo Starr commentary.
Fair play. I mean, it's a great analogy. Done that. Bainey says, Van Dijk should have been sent off last night and he would have missed the derby.
Would he though? Because it's different competition.
Lol, that's hilarious, says Gary Ward. Andy Ryan says, winds me up when people say Moyes is no different to Dyche. Why? Because the defensive managers. So do both of them play like Simeone, Tuchel, Mourinho and Allardyce. It's like saying Wenger and Ferguson are the same.
Wenger.
People who get paid to talk about football don't have a clue. Yeah. Steve P says, how do you actually become a Costco member, Pet? Because it says you have to have a specific profession, which makes zero sense for me.
Yeah, that's a very old-fashioned thing of like it's for professionals and stuff, and you have to get it signed by your doctor and all that nonsense. I think if you just go in, get a form, and go in and just, I don't think they'll give a monkeys. Just say you're a doctor on it or something. It is crazy.
Nick says, been dying of the flu for the past few days and had a fever dream after deadline day that Charlie scores a hat-trick. Hope it comes true. So do we. Everton JDLC said, I thought it was Krista Berg. There you go. Why wouldn't you? The lady in blue. He'd have to sing them, wouldn't he?
You'll never sing that.
He'll never sing that, exactly. Right, we're going. Have a fantastic weekend. Check out Ped's starting 11 video and obviously the preview. Have a brilliant weekend and let's hope that Toffees can get into round 5 of the FA Cup.
Hey, you just saying.
Do we? See you later.